Matrix presents downloading and compiling RNS APAL, a video tutorial. Hey RNS lovers out there, this is Eric Olson. You might follow me on the ResearchGate, and thought one of the things I'd like to do is create some videos regarding some of the developments I've created and help people out on some different RNS developments that I've created. And one of the things I hope to do here in the near future is to make available some of my hardware designs and as well as some of my software. So I'm kind of new to the YouTube video platform, and I'm trying to learn some of the techniques here. But I figured I would start with the RNS APAL software. I think this is still a very powerful piece of software, and certainly it could be used by a lot of RNS researchers, but like anything else, it's kind of hard to get started. And so I figured I'd create a video and make it show that it's a lot easier to use than it might appear. So that's what this video is all about, and I really hope that you enjoy it. All right, we're going to start here with GitHub, and so just go to https://github.com. Come on over here and click RNS-APAL. Hit return, and you'll see that there's two repositories named RNS APAL. The first one is the manual, which you can easily go to the manual if you'd like and download the latest version 0.200 manual. And it's a pretty long manual, and you know, if you've got some time to look at it, it's pretty verbose, but it does take you through a lot of the not only how to use different aspects of the software, but really some of the reasoning behind it. So we're going to skip that, and we're going to move quickly on over to the software. So just come on over here to this to the repository here, click on it. Notice that it says RNS APAL here. And what we're going to do, one of the things that you have to remember to do is you come down here. You don't want the master branch, because the master branch is the old software. So go ahead and click it here, and you'll click here to RNS APAL version 0.200. So when we do new releases, we'll probably just put them in as branches. So you come to the branch here. Here's all the software, and basically there's a README here. One of the things that we're going to do is you're going to download the Microsoft Visual Studio Community to compile this. But in order to download this, just simply click on clone or download, and then I recommend to go ahead and download zip. And it's better to do it this way than it is to try to clone it directly from Visual Studio, because that doesn't really work very well. So that's all there is to getting the software, and I'll see you in the next slide. Okay, now we've got our download here, and I'm going to go ahead and install it in my D partition. You can do whatever partition is convenient for you, and I have a little folder here called software. So I'll just go ahead and double click on this, and I want to go ahead and extract all. So I'll just come over here, browse to the folder that I want to browse to, which is the software folder, and then select folder and extract. Well, the software is not very long, so it takes very quick to extract it. Once we've extracted it, we can go check it real quick. You see I have a folder there, and in the folder, of course, is all the source material. Okay, next we're going to do is we're going to download Microsoft Visual Studio Community real quick, and we'll go over that right next. Thank you. All right, real quick, I'm going to show you how to download Visual Studio Community. And basically, you just go to Google, type Visual Studio Community download. Try to spell it right. And basically, you can get right to Visual Studio Community and download the software. So now it's downloading, as you can see. And I come down here to basically open the installer. And I need to do a few things, so basically we'll go ahead and work on the installing the package. Now this may take a few moments, and basically I'm going to cut the video real quick, and I'll get back to you once this is installed. Okay, I've jumped ahead here on the installation of the Visual Studio Community Edition. And basically the screen you see here is at some point during the installation of Visual Studio, you'll be presented with different tool set options to basically install. And the one that you really need to make sure you install is the desktop development with C++. Okay, so you just click here, and that'll be one of the tool sets that you can load. Obviously, if you're interested in other tool sets, then you can click those. You can see that I have the Python tool set also installed on my system. So just make sure that that desktop development with C++ is clicked on your installation, and then you will be able to proceed forward with compiling RNS APAL. Okay, once you get your Visual Studio installed, then basically you may be presented with a screen that looks somewhat like this. And what you want to do is you want to go ahead and open project or solution. So just click on this button here and then navigate over to where you stored the source code. In my case, I went in D, and I have the directory RNS APAL version 0.20. So I've taken a look inside this directory, and you'll notice there's an rns-apal.solution. So you'll want to go ahead and click on that and open. And as you can see, basically the Visual Studio opens up, and in this particular case I've already opened it before, so it came right onto main. But if not, you come over to the source files, click on the source files, and I usually open up main.cpp, and this is main.cpp. So once you have main open up, what you can do is notice at the top, right now it sets default for debug. You can also set that for release if you want, but most of the time when I do this, I set it for debug since I'm playing around with it. And then go ahead and hit your local Windows debugger button, and that will attempt to compile the program and run it. And we'll go over that next. All right. Once you start running the program, basically you may see, obviously it's a console application, and when you first fire it up, you may see a screen similar to this. And basically what this screen is basically showing you is that the RNS APAL is initialized correctly, and it basically tells you that it's using extended Euclidean to do the inverse multiplication, and it's telling you the modulus in use are these particular modulus. So this was the default setting when you compiled it, and some other settings, basically auto-generated modulus in this particular case, and you're using a power-based modulus, which means instead of just the modulus 2, it'll be a power of 2. And that's key to the Q equals 7. Q equals 7 up here means that the bit width of all the digits is 7 bits and no larger. So all of the modulus must fit within 7 bits. And so therefore, if you see the first modulus, it's a power of 2 that fits in 7 bits, and that's 128. Actually, the value 128 doesn't fit in 7 bits, but 127 does. And then, of course, the next digit in RNS would be 0, right? So these are all of your different modulus in use in this particular case. And then it goes and prints what the largest integer contained in this RNS is. And you can see it's a very, very large number indeed, right here. And then it Basically, when we press any key to continue, we'll see the menu, and this will be the demo application. And the demo application is very interesting to use, and I'll be going over that next. Okay, that concludes our short video tutorial on downloading and installing RNS APAL. And in the next video, we will take you through the demo application that is included in the RNS APAL package. And that demo will include running through some of the options and giving you a little bit of insight in how RNS APAL actually works. Until then, goodbye.